Have you ever felt a hunger that never goes away? You eat and eat, yet you keep losing weight. You feel something moving inside you, but you can't explain it. What if I told you that sometimes that feeling isn't in your head? It's a real creature, growing, feeding. Welcome to the nightmare of the human tapeworm. Our story begins with David, a 35-year-old truck driver from Texas. He loved roadside diners, medium rare steaks, and long hauls across the desert. Life was simple, until one day everything changed. He started feeling exhausted, dizzy, and constantly hungry. No matter how much he ate, the pounds kept falling off. He joked that maybe he'd discovered a miracle diet, but deep down he knew something was wrong. Weeks passed. The cravings got worse. He began waking up at night drenched in sweat, his stomach twisting like something was crawling inside. And in a way, something was. Unbeknownst to David, months earlier, he'd eaten an undercooked steak infected with microscopic eggs of Taenia saginata, the beef tapeworm. The eggs hatched inside his intestines, releasing tiny larvae that latched onto the walls of his gut with hook-like mouths. There it began to grow, segment by segment, feeding off his meals. Every time David ate, so did his uninvited guest. Inside him, the tapeworm was thriving. Within weeks, it had reached several feet long. By the second month, it stretched nearly 20 feet, alive, coiled, and hungry. It had no eyes, no brain, but an endless appetite. And the longer it grew, the weaker David became. Soon the symptoms grew unbearable. He felt constant stomach pain, dizziness, and a strange sensation of movement within him. Then, one morning, he noticed something horrifying. Thin, white, ribbon-like segments in his stool. They were moving. Panicked, he rushed to the hospital. Doctors immediately ran tests. And when they examined the samples under a microscope, the truth was undeniable. David was hosting a full-grown tapeworm that had been feeding inside him for months. The human intestine is roughly 25 feet long. David's parasite measured 23. A creature almost the same length as his entire digestive system had been using him as a home. The medical team began antiparasitic treatment immediately. As the drug took effect, the tapeworm began to die, and that's when the real nightmare began. When tapeworms die, they sometimes release toxins that make patients violently ill. David experienced seizures, fevers, and unbearable nausea as the parasite broke apart inside him. Doctors had to carefully monitor every step of the removal to ensure none of it was left behind. Because if even one egg remained, the cycle could begin again. After hours of agony, the final scan came back clear. The parasite was gone. But the image of what had lived inside him would haunt David forever. He kept the x-rays as a grim reminder, proof that something monstrous had shared his body, eating what he ate, growing while he wasted away. Months later, David recovered his strength. He changed everything, no more rare meat, no more skipping food safety. Because now he knows how easily a single bite can invite a killer into your body. And he knows the truth most people refuse to believe. You don't have to go to the jungle to find monsters. Sometimes they're already waiting on your plate. So the next time you crave that juicy steak or homemade sushi, take one extra second to cook it right. Because you never know what microscopic hitchhiker might be hiding inside, ready to make your body its new home. This has been Monsters Inside Me. If this story made your stomach turn, hit that like button, share it with a friend who thinks they're invincible, and follow for more true horror stories of the unseen, because the scariest monsters aren't the ones that chase you, they're the ones that feed on you.